26 million faces leaked. What is it, 45 gigabytes of data? Boy, it's a bad day to be Madison Square Garden. We're going to talk all about it on this, the 230th day of Office Hours. Office Hours is, of course, the Five Nation check-in. That's where we go live at youtube.com/scamschool. 2 million subscribers, 1.7 million subscribers over at Modern Rogue. We got over 1 million followers at x.com/wood. Dozens and dozens of very likely humans watching over at LinkedIn, and of course, the elite ones, the very real ones, the ones who I would tattoo right across my face if only the missus would let me, the Diamond Club. They usually hang out 24 hours a day lurking at twitch.tv/nightattack. All right. Boy, oh boy, what a wake-up call. Madison Square Garden has already been in hot water for a hot minute for its liberal collection of faces, unique identifiers. Surely all of that was bundled up tight. Well, there was already a compromise last year. And this year, what I hate to say is anything other than a masterstroke, a group right at the height of attention on Madison Square Garden hit them up for a ransom for leaked, compromised information of 26 million reported faces. We're going to get into all the details of it. Spoiler alert, they didn't pay the ransom. They effed around, and they effed to evode. We're going to hear all about it. But if you're new here, I'm Brian Brushwood, and there's a bit of a scam-apocalypse happening. There's a bit of a renegotiation of an awful lot of rules of society. And in the middle of it, we want to stay ahead of the crowd. We want to be surfing this wave, not wondering what the hell just happened. So we go to the Cognitive Defense Gym every single day. And that's why we go through all the back catalog of Scam School. That's what we're going to do right now. Scam School, keep in mind, if I were to guess speculatively, right now, the vector of compromise is social engineering. Luckily, Scam School wrote the books on it. Scam School's book 1 and 2, available right now. The only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. We go through all the back catalog episodes, and today we're up to episode 126. In this one, it's just 2 straight-up match gags. We're learning how to grab attention at the bar, how to fool people, and then eventually score a free drink. Who knows? Maybe eventually you too can scam Madison Square Garden. We'll get to that, but for right now, let's check out episode 126 of Scam School. Here we go. This week, we're playing with matches. What could go wrong? This episode of Scam School brought to you by Netflix. Go to www.netflix.com/scamschool for your free trial membership and Squarespace. Welcome to the only show whose classroom looks like this. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week we've got a 2-for-1 because you are going to blow some minds using the simplest of props, just a few matchbooks, to pull off the matchstick miracles. All right, now I got to figure out how to... What's going on? I'm Brian. Jake, Marissa, and Anne-Marie. What you're about to see is nothing short of a psychological miracle. I just grabbed a fistful of these Strike Anywhere matches. You can use as many of these as you want for this experiment. You can do this with bottle caps, whatever you have laying around. What I want to do is I'm going to make a prediction right here, and I'm going to turn away. When I do, I want you to pick some number greater than 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it doesn't matter, and make 3 piles with the same number of matches. It's your choice of how many we use.
3 piles.
Yeah, 3 piles of the same amount. 3 piles perfectly even. Sound good? And meanwhile, I'm going to go over. I'm going to make my prediction over here. And I'm not looking. There we go. All right, I've made my prediction. Written on that napkin. Let me know once you got your piles made. You got them? So you got 3 even piles. There you go. I'll flip it upside down so you can't peek. And I'm going to write Brian's badass prediction.
All right.
One of you pick up 3 of them from pile number 1. The other of you pick up 3 of them from pile number 3. Both of you dump them in the middle pile. You got it, Jake?
1 sec. They're tricky to grab. Done.
All right, now, count how many are in the rightmost pile.
Yep.
And whatever that number is, I want you to take those out of the middle pile.
All right, now with them in your hand, I want you to take one of those. Okay, take one from the ones in your hand. Take one of them, set them in the left or in the right. Your choice.
Done.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right, throw away the rest. Just throw them over your shoulder. Who cares? Awesome. All right. Now I made my prediction. Before I even saw how many matches you were using, right? You could have made piles of 4, 5, 6, 7. You could have made piles of 28 in each of them, right? Each of you grabbed some, threw them in the middle, and then I asked one of you to reach in and pull some out, and then you chose whether to set it on the left side or set it on the right side, right? Do we have an odd number or an even number in this first pile? Odd. And then how many we got even on this pile, right?
Yeah.
And how many do we have in the middle pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that, I even count for you. So we've got odd over here, even over here, 9 in here. You picked how many we would use. You chose where the last ones went. And before the trick even started, my prediction is that there would be odd, there would be 9, and there would be even.
That's crazy because I took one and put one in my ear.
See, it didn't matter. I factored that in. That's how good the trick is. You like that?
Yeah.
So you want to learn this?
Yeah,
All right, we will do that. But first, we have to thank our sponsors.
Thank you.
All right, Penny. That one actually is better than I remembered it. It was just enough steps that I was like, how does this one work?
Wasn't it that, like, okay, I a little bit got distracted for the first part. Do you know, is it possible for you to know, to have fixed the number of starting ones?
No, I believe past Brian when he said you could have 26 in each pile. So I think they said all 3 piles even. I don't know if past Brian meant like an even number in each pile or all 3 the same amount in there.
Same amount, I think, is what it was. But
yeah, Dylan caught the fact that we had a proper toast going into the first ad break. Good catch.
What I was wondering is, was there a possibility that you knew how many were dumped out on the table?
Could be. I mean,
Anyway, the trick is you can have your prediction, you can put it.
yeah, I think that's part of it.
Yeah, I have an open mind, teacher. Explain to me the secrets. There's 2 parts to this bad boy. The first part is, it honestly doesn't matter how many they start with in each pile. In this case, we have 6, 6, and 6, right?
Yeah.
If you use less than 3, then you're going to end up with one pile having 0, and that just makes things a little bit weird. No matter what they do, you're over here, you just write this down. You're an odd, 9, and even, and turn it upside down. All right, that's the first part. The second thing is I ask each of you, because there's 2 of you, I ask each of you to grab 3 from these 2 and put them in the middle, right? Yeah. So now we got a giant bunch in the middle and a few on each side. Then I told you to count the number here and pick up that many from the middle. Yeah. Now at this point, if I stopped the trick right now, no matter what, you will always have some number on each side and 9 in the middle. At this point, you always end up with 9 in the middle. Yeah. But that alone by itself would be just a stupid math trick. So to take it a step further, I ask you to take one of these and choose which side to put it in. Which side do you want to put it in?
Put the right this time.
All right, so in the right this time. So in this case, we got 4, which is even, 3, which is odd, and of course 9 in the middle. So when I turn this over, I show that we've got even, odd, and 9 in the middle. Now, if you had put this one on the other side, when I flip this over, I would have set it down.
Oh, look at you.
See? Even, odd, and 9 in the middle.
You're good at counting.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
you're a
math,
counter.
right? Now here's the important thing. I've got a follow-up for this that's gonna piss you off because it's a puzzle that totally stumped me. You wanna learn it?
Sure, why not?
All right, let's do that.
Did you? Sorry. Did you explain it during that section? I was making a guess attack.
Yeah. Head on over to guessattack.com. Yeah, it was explained. So
Okay.
the key to get to 9 is no matter how many are on each side, you take some number and you move, and when you move them into the middle, like you deduct the same amount. I've already forgotten. However many they choose to do gets pulled out of the middle to bring it to 9 is the key. Because they pick a number and they do that amount from the right, that amount from the left, something like that. It already. If I was just watching this video, I would back it up and watch it again.
Uh-huh.
But you were right that the even odd is the after the fact, which I love that conceit. I love making a prediction that's locked in because that's a good way to put topspin on it, literal topspin, if after the information's known.
We do a match puzzle, and recently a kid named Blake Kaplan sent me an email and totally fooled me. No lie, I was just like, all right, dude, I gotta know how it's done. And when he sent me the answer, I was super pissed. So prepare to get pissed off, all right? The trick is using as many or as few of these matches as you want. Illustrate for me in what situation is 6 exactly 1/2 of 11. So you can do an equation, you can say like that's 11, or you can do a Roman numeral.
I know, I got
it. Show me
really?
what situation is 6 exactly 1/2 of 11. And feel free to play with them. I'll let you know if you're getting close.
2 lines of 6 matches.
I love the way you've got the look of like Bobby Fischer in the middle of the Grand Championship tournament. She's just like trying to think 8 moves ahead.
That's really good, Penny.
This is good. I like where this is headed.
I was about to be fooled.
Oh, you use 11 matches to spell out 6?
Well, I mean, I could easily do this. 6.
There you go. So you got 6. You're spelling out 11?
11.
Of 11? You know what? That's pretty good. I kind of want to give you half credit for that because you certainly did use a lot of matches. Are you calling it? You giving it up?
At this point, I'm too eager to see what the answer
All right,
is.
here we go. This is going to totally piss you off because it totally pissed me off. In Roman numerals, what's that?
All right.
What's that? That's 10. That's right. And so, what's that in Roman numerals? 11. And if I take away half, what's that?
Oh, come on.
I told you it'd piss you
Mine
off.
works just as well.
You can't even bring yourself
Yeah, I
to
don't
say
know,
it.
though,
I
but-
told you.
Mine works just as well.
You
Yeah,
were close. You know what? That's what I
well,
said
here.
too, but I was also wrong. That's not bad. You just yank it out. Dude, you were awesome, Jake. Thanks so much. Thank you, guys. 420-5282. Oh, hey. Couple things to remember on the Matchstick Miracles. First of all, on that mind reading gag, be prepared to point out all the ways that was totally fair to them. Point out that they're the ones who decided how many matches to put in each pile. Point out that they focus on me. If I don't get to look, neither do you. Second of all, on that second gag, make sure to be ready for the fact that they're going to groan when they get that answer. I know I certainly did. But I want you to post your board. Okay, focus. I want to hear about your success stories and your failure stories.
Wow,
so post
they
them at the
used to
boards at
have those?
revision3.com.
Yeah, right?
Where you can see all of our
I'm telling you,
episodes
man, the
back
world was seedy.
to
Still is.
Episode 1. But if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. If you're doing the Twitter thing, you can follow the show at twitter.com/scamschool or find out when I'm in your hometown doing face-to-face meetups at twitter.com/schwood. Next week, we're going to be meeting with a genuine brewmaster who's going to teach us how to make your own beer using cornflakes, water, and a pinch of Comet. Until then, I think it's got to come up again with the phone number at some point. 888-420. That's all I remember. Where's the rest of it?
Pew, pew, pew. All right, so I thought that was pretty good. I thought your 2 rows of 11,
Or 2 rows of 6.
2 rows of 6, yeah, that would be 12 total.
Yeah.
6 and 11, that's pretty good. Although I think the Roman numerals, what I like about that, so yours requires switching 2 modalities from Arabic numerals to
guess,
counting
yeah.
pieces of it, whereas this one, it stays in bounds. They're both Roman numerals. But in that case, so nowadays what I would do is I would make sure to draw a bigger circle around everyone and then let everyone decide, like, ooh, we have a contest. Who does everyone thinks is better? And then everyone wins no matter what. You can make everybody win. All right, Penny, what do you know about cybersecurity ransomware attacks? Or
Did you talk about what happened to Canvas?
we mentioned it, but you actually.
That was during my finals.
Yeah, let's take a moment. Tell me all about that. Although, and right now everyone could go to Guess Attack. Here, we'll talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was so surreal to be like, that's a news story and I'm affected.
Yeah.
Like,
look,
it happened to be in the exact place and time.
And buckle up. It's only going to happen more. All right,
Yeah.
real quick, we play a guessing game here. These episodes came back. I think we're all the way up to September 2010. So this is not yet a year into the Scam School channel being on the map just yet. So the question is, how many views did this one get? The thumbnail was a couple of the girls, and it said play with matches, 2 tricks with matches, I think. Kuro Metariku says 69,420. G. James B says 269,420. Hawk Worley, the blue chip, the steady, reliable IBM guess, 1.2 million. Bantarat with 169,000. ATL John Boy, 210,000. Oh yeah, it's Adam with 360,000. And one Star Woman with 486,022. Sinewave with 761,776. Pierce. Flying Car 100 with 111,000 and 111. Argyle Gargoyle coming in with 272,000 even. Cliff Horn with 56,789. Joey H666 with 80,000. BioCow with 157,998. James Colbalt 325,753. Che 69,420. Curtis Hoffman with 300,000. Wago with 206,206. Matt York with 125,250. And of course, Adam's itty bitty little second guess 17. Pow. The actual number of views of Play with Matches, 2 tricks with matches revealed. This does have revealed on there. This one came out on August 11, 2010, and it hit 67,000. Let's see. Guesses closed. Oh, wait. Closed. Boom.
Oh, that's right.
There you go. I beat you to it.
Ah.
Yeah, you can do
I forgot
tomorrow.
there was a thing to do.
Yeah, there you go.
It's also, you're on the screen. The view numbers covered up, so I couldn't.
Oh, whoops. Yeah,
It's on the bottom screen, I guess.
67,832. So that means that our winner is Kuro Metariku. Wait a minute. Do we have a tie? We have a two-way tie.
Gosh.
Gold and silver both went to 69,420. 69,420. And Cliff coming in third place with the bronze medal, off by 11,000 with a genuine, well, I was going to say a genuine guess, but he definitely just typed 56789. Yeah. All right, tell us about the Canva hack. Canvas?
Canvas. Yeah.
Canva is the thumbnail making thing.
Yeah, Canva is another software. Yeah, so I was in, it was weird where, my main thing was I was waiting to see a grade to see how worried I should be for an upcoming final.
And to be clear, this is you just at finals of college.
Yes, of college.
Where you're flirting with all A pluses, and so you're very excited to know whether or not you hit that perfect 4.0.
Yep. And I was like, okay, for Japanese, do I need to study at all? Did I do well enough on the oral exam that I can get just a trash grade on the final and still get an A on the class?
Yeah, spoiler alert, you totally did.
Yes, I totally did. But I was just sitting there, and I was like, this is something that would pass me by completely in any other circumstance, where I'd just be like, whatever. But here and now, I'm just dialed in, and when is this going to be stopping a problem for me?
Well, so
Yeah.
what was your experience with it? Did you get an alert,
I tried,
or just
no.
it didn't work?
Yeah, no, I tried to log in, and it didn't work in a way that it had just never happened before. While I was there, it never behaved like this, and I was like, that's weird. And I tried a few times. I was like, huh? And then eventually I found out through other sources that there's a huge Canvas hack. and it's like the school didn't respond and send out.
So you're looking to the school saying, "What's up, the school? Why isn't it working?" And meanwhile, the school's saying, "What's up, Canva? Why isn't it working?"
Yeah. The school sent out a thing about it in a little bit.
Canvas.
They had to reschedule some of the finals.
Yeah. Did they sheepishly apologize or what?
Canvas never communicated with us directly.
But the school.
No, the school's like, Canvas is being weird. We don't know what's up with Canvas. Canvas
meanwhile, last time I checked, y'all's the school. Can't you just give us a grade? What do you got to call your manager? The school? Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, what do you know about Madison Square Garden? Actually, full stop.
Big venue?
Yep, it's a very big venue. What do you know about the Knicks?
I hear they won recently.
That's right. They shook a long-standing non-winning streak. I think there's a word for that. But most importantly, Madison Square Garden was big in the news because there's a lot of reasons for security. The president went to a game, and they'd made the news for a highly, I don't know. I don't want to say highly. Well, maybe it is highly controversial. A lot of facial recognition. There's a lot of, when it comes to terrorism, counter defense, that a lot of the normal rules go out the window. And being in the middle of New York, a little bit prickly about security. But in this case, there's a group called, what is it? Shiny. Oh, I know this one. Hold on. Shiny.
Oh, yeah. Shiny. That's the same one.
That's the same Canvas?
One from Canvas, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember because it's a Pokemon reference.
Now wait a minute. Did they end up paying? Did Canvas end up paying the ransom?
I don't know. I just know it got resolved.
Oh, let's find this out. Here we go. Shiny Hunters did the Canvas attack, didn't they? Did Canvas pay the ransom? There, I'm having the other intern check real quick. I mean, you could beat the other intern if you want. Or you could
That's type. I told you. I'm the intern who told you that was the same.
That's true. You are the intern that had the superior insights. There it is. Got it. Oh, I said Canvas. Wait, no, I didn't. Oh, it also confused Canva versus Canvas. Canvas, yes, correct. They did pay a ransom.
Oh.
Let me see. What happened in the Canvas case? They did not explicitly say we paid a ransom. They said, in structure said it reached an agreement with the unauthorized actor. Okay, so they paid.
They don't want to admit it.
Yeah. So in this case, it'll be interesting to see whether or not what the fallout is, because I was thinking to myself, okay, here's the timeline. I did get a bit of a timeline here. We've got a timeline. Oh, come on. There we go. Initial contact. There we go. The alleged breach was on June 5th, 2026, and then they gave a ransom deadline of June 15th. Now, I did look up some comps to this. Now, obviously, nobody wants to be on the record about what they paid. Even Canvas was like, we reached an understanding, an agreement, and so on.
We worked it out.
Right. So they gave a deadline of June 15th, and then apparently nothing happened. And June 16th, they dropped the 26 million records, including Ben Stiller, who was labeled low risk in the security system. They had a bunch of private emails. They had a bunch of emails, contact information. There's some rappers that they had listed as high risk. I assume that means like high risk of keep an eye on them because they may make a scene or something.
Yeah.
But the game plan is, number one, show a sample so you know that it's a real, credible thing. But number two, give a deadline. And then if it doesn't, follow through with it. Because this is the other thing. when it comes to when you're writing a check, how do you establish trust? How do you establish a reputation for actually following through when you say you're going to delete? And so in the case of shiny hunters, this is a weird, dark way to look at it, but they're building an effective brand. This is a brand strategy. By the next day, they're like, sorry, we got to, this is the shiny hunters brand. We have to execute immediately. And then meanwhile, by not doing anything with the canvas info, who knows whether or not they deleted or just did not publish it. Whatever it is, it's not out. And so people can, air quotes, feel good about the amount that they're paying. But usually the initial demand is a wildly inflated number. So for example, let's see, what was the AT&T one? AT&T. There we go. So in this case, AT&T was demanded $1 million, and reportedly AT&T negotiated down to $370,000. The other one was Ticketmaster Live Nation. They said it had 560 million records, and they got alleged 500,000. And then Salesforce was a similar one. But the important part that poking around is that the negotiations don't happen like a civilian negotiation. There's no open faith or good faith open discussion. Instead, the moment one of these guys hits you up, everybody calls an expert. And the expert is somebody who's plugged into that scene and they know, oh, I know these guys. They're like this. How much do we believe them? What's their reputation for being flexible on price and all of that stuff? But this is one of those, what really piqued my interest the most was that as security gets better, the loosest part is going to be robot social engineering vectors, which is basically getting on phone calls, having a presence as though you're an employee, have a long enough track record where you encounter enough people that everyone forgets what data is sensitive when you've been inside for long enough, and then they just help yourself to the giant amounts of data. It's not ransom, it's an outside consultant fee. I'm sure that's the legal framework that they have for the whole thing. The expert definitely does not work for the scammers. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. I assume that, oh yeah, Cliff Horn was asking, what if the expert is one of them? Yeah, so what you do is you go to somebody who has a good reputation in the pro-social side, and then they get closer. It's just like any other social structure where it's like, in order to swim in those waters, you need somebody deep enough in the raw feed. Maybe Logic says, hypothetically, the expert could have been where for the
What?
not is but to from can't be the one.
Maybe Logic has sent 2 messages in this style. Like the other one here.
Do we think maybe Logic is... Oh, wait. The canvas hack is for the to being to the could from had the what's it toward become
Is maybe
only
Logic
have...
some sort of like sentence remixing bot?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Logic could be a bot. Maybe Logic... So, and this is also where we have the persistent feed. This is one of the things that for a year now, I've gone live every single day with one message. Be unambiguously human. Because BioCow, Kurameta Riku, Cliff Horn, James Cobalt, Che, Flying Car 100, I believe all these are real humans. Sign, I believe, is a human. Oh yeah, it's Adam, I believe, is a human. Maybe Logic is maybe a human. Probably.
Maybe Logic
in fact-
apologizes. Okay.
Oh. Maybe Logic, you just got a note, a bump in favor. But then again, nowadays a bot can pass all these tests. Oh no, ATL John Boy is showing his true colors. Beep bop boop beep boop boop. Yeah, so in this case, we don't know what Shiny Hunters asked for. We don't know whether or not negotiations broke down, but we are seeing the fallout now. Yep.
Yep.
So I got another good one. Are you familiar with the IKEA effect?
That people, IKEA makes people fight.
You couldn't do it. Well, okay. IKEA assembly is used in psychology tests, but no, it's a bit like the endowment effect. You know the endowment effect, right?
No.
So economists did two scenarios. They gave half of the audience a mug, and they said, what do you think that mug is worth if you wanted to buy it? And then they would say, I don't know, $3.
Oh, the anchoring.
Yeah, well, they'd say, I don't know, $3. They're like, okay, cool. And they're like, hey, everyone, those mugs are yours. You can sell them to the person next to you. And then when they're selling, suddenly they're like, well, I'm not going to let it go for less than $5. And so it's like that endowment. Once you have a thing, you perceive it as a higher value. And I got a point that I want to land on the play, but this comes in from, I believe James Cobalt sent this in from Facebook of all places, but I thought this was pretty good. There we go. This is from Mr. Rupp on Facebook.
To the IKEA effect. I had a better and more interesting opener, but I hadn't quite finished putting it together yet. The IKEA effect is a cognitive bias where people tend to overvalue the things that they partially create. So they call it the IKEA effect because if you buy the chair and then you put the thing together, all of a sudden it means a little bit more to you than one you just bought and had nothing to do with. I don't feel like the IKEA effect is new information. Like if you put effort into something, then obviously it's going to inflate the value. But I do want you to consider how this can be used to manipulate you. Think of all the places you can go to customize a product and get rid of all the stuff that you hate, but add in all the stuff that you love and you think is cute. And you're adding up all of these micro investments so that at the end, when it comes time to reveal the price, all of a sudden that price might not seem so far off because it's a little bit yours. Consider the apps that you use. You built this FYP brick by brick, right? You're a little bit more attached to it when somebody threatens to take away TikTok, or you have these streaks on Snapchat, and so that's a little bit more valuable to you. Do you see all the places where the IKEA effect is working? It's amazing what a little bit of ownership will do, especially when you start to contribute that to ideas. You put in the research and you look at all of these different sources of information, and now you come up with this idea. But what if somebody starts to question this idea? Because that one might be a little bit more valuable to you because you have more buy-in because you curated it and put in some of the labor yourself. And therein lies the power of the IKEA effect, where it takes something that you might have just purchased and turns it into a personal emphasis on personal investment. There's only one.
Yeah. So in this case, I heard a variation of this that I thought was really interesting. Somebody casually mentioned people who only listen to their own music that they made up on Suno. And I thought, who would do that? And then the moment I thought that, I thought, I don't know, man. You've made a track or two for background music, and then you kind of liked it because you had a hand in deciding it. And then I went back to 25 years ago when there was one of the very first build a custom shoe company, and I exactly built out those shoes. And looking back, they were genuinely ridiculous. But boy, did I love them. And so I think that the idea of this as of investment in flavoring your own art, I think is interesting. I thought that was a really good submission. Thank you very much to, let's see who this was, to James Cobalt. Good one. Pow, pow.
Classic Build-A-Bear where...
Yeah.
Like
That's
a Build-A-Bear
exactly
is not a... There are many great, very cute, very lovely, lovable plushies in the world, but what makes Build-A-Bear a brand that can continue existing with their limited specific plush is that you have the hand in making them.
Yeah. So check this out. I thought this was interesting. So there's a whole bunch of security training videos out there. And everybody's competing on price because ultimately the information tends to be pretty familiar across all of them. They're defensive driving videos, right? But in this case... Oh, hold on. Kill that. Boom. There we go. So this is... Take a look at this. On Reddit, somebody said, my employer's phishing scam training. Is this video completely AI? Seems like this...
That light bulb's so AI.
I know. Okay, but here, so watch. There's a payoff to this. Watch this.
My name is Mateo. Today, we're talking with Alex from customer service at Globex Corporation. And I've been really looking forward to this interview because we're going to talk about the story behind a phishing
what are all the
email
trappings
that Alex caught and report it. So
Like
with that,
soundproof
welcome to the
rooms,
show,
what?
Alex. It's great having you with us.
Double.
Thanks
Okay,
for having
no,
me.
those
I'm
are
really
two
happy to
different
be here.
mics.
Yeah, man.
Mic arms.
Absolutely. Let's dive in and talk about that phishing
Light
email.
bulbs
What can you tell us
directly in
about
the
it?
wall.
So I got this
Just the
email.
most generic
that looked like it was from
guys.
our
Look at
Light
also
bulb.
the mismatched
Yeah.
lights.
IT department. It
That are,
said
like,
critical system
not
update,
on the ceiling
install immediately.
or anything. They're on the
I don't
wall,
know.
like
Even though
directly
I'm
behind
fairly
the
new
guys.
here, something just felt off. Interesting. Something
They're all like
felt off.
smooth.
So what was it about the email that made you suspicious?
Well, the
yeah, there were a
smoothing
few things. The urgency
can be an
was the first red
upscaling
flag,
thing.
saying I had to install this update within
That's
the hour
fair.
or lose account access. Then they got stranger. It was asking me to do something unusual by clicking a link and installing software myself. Oh, I slowed down, looked closer, and noticed that the sender's email had an extra
Yeah, this
letter in it.
reenactment
Nice, Alex.
thing
Great
is
spotting
not
that.
something that people
And what
actually
about the
doing
link?
an interview
It
would
went
do.
to some strange website.
So get this. This is all of these are the right things to think, but then this is where I gotta tip my hat because I thought it was pretty clever. Look at this. Somebody says absolutely AI. Everyone's blah 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 blah. Hold on. Let me see if I find it. It says, oh no. What gets revealed is somebody said, you clearly did not do the yes. LOL. Yes. Finish your training. That's the point. The point of it is the last question after the training is, did you spot which videos were AI? Which of the following was? Mwah, mwah, chef's kiss. I thought it was great. I thought it was really, really good.
It's clever.
Source, IT and sent this exact training to all of our users last quarter. I thought that was pretty good. All right. What else we got? I think we're about to be done. Hey guys, it's going to be a couple days before we have another office hours. I got a 2-day class that I'm doing right now.
Oh.
And as a matter of fact, it's not too late. If you want to drop everything and come on out for a 2-day class, we're doing the Do Your Weird Thing class tonight. Come on, drop everything, come on out. Take a 2-day class, stay on campus. Use promo code WEIRD, WEIRD, and it'll cut the price in half. I think there are 11 spots left. Yeah. Jump in, do that.
Wizard Academy, longtime friend of the show.
Yeah, longtime friend of the show. Yeah, this is a version of the Do Your Weird Thing class that I did here on campus, but with a focus on more businessy stuff. So if anybody's an entrepreneur or a creator, go for it. Hey, right on. All right, beautiful people. I will see you guys Thursday. You got any parting thoughts, Penny?
I guess Thursday.
We'll see you next Thursday. Oh, there you go. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. Boom. Bye, guys.